What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Ralph Waldo Emerson, and you are the only one who can use your ability, and it's an awesome responsibility. Welcome to Flourish. I'm Diane Planidin, and you're in the right place if you're ready to create an inspired life. And we do so by working on our own personal development, and so we can be strong role models for those we love and mentor, and strong for our own personal well-being, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Today, we're starting a new journey. It's almost April, and I know you've probably made some goals at the beginning of the year and they got a little sidetracked. So I'm here to help you reset your mindset and hit that ignition button once again. And we're going to do so with a blast from the past. Back in the 70s, Zig Ziglar wrote a book called See You at the Top. And it's a classic. It's never ever getting old for me, and actually it's a signed copy, so that's pretty exciting for me. It's not a first edition. I'm not that old. Okay, so let's begin. This week's episode is all about setting the foundation for the next 6 weeks so you can get the most out of these episodes. And I'm not like your usual commentator on book reviews. I like to go through chapter by chapter. You're not going to believe how he starts this book. It's with the end. Yes. And I love that because I always think backwards in time, how long something's going to take. And why not begin the book with the end in top of your mind? So here we go. He says, perhaps an unusual way to start a book, but this is an unusual book. It's about you, your family, your future, and how you can get more out of all of them by giving more to each of them. We believe that this is the end, or at least the beginning of the end of negative thinking, negative action, and negative reaction, the end of defeatism and despondency, the end of settling for less than you deserve to have and are capable of obtaining, the end of being influenced by little people with little minds thinking little thoughts about trivia that is stock in trade of mediocrity. In short, it is the end for you of the world's most deadly disease, hardening of the attitudes. Welcome to the richer life. I am jazzed. I am ready. I am excited for all of us. You might have to listen to this a few times, but here we go. This book is for those who have been missing much of the good life. Really. This is our book together. And he has a little page in here that is called a trigger page. An idea unrecorded is an idea often lost. So get your notepad out, your notebook. Maybe you bought a new journal for this journey. It's important you start writing things down on paper, not on your phone. Let me say that again. It's important you write things down on paper, not on your phone. This is your outline. This is your new life. You're ready to get going. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are in the world, how old you are, what your gender is. We all have hopes and aspirations and dreams. Get your journal out, start making notes. Maybe you want to get better at math class. Maybe you want to go back to school as a mature student. Maybe you would just like to be a better cook or in better shape or healthier living, a healthier lifestyle, aging gracefully. Whatever it is that you want, you deserve. And we're going to go through 6 steps that Zig outlines here. And he says, this is important to personalize this, to write everything down, to make it a constant source of reference, because no one is smart enough to remember everything they know. So true. This also means that you will have co-authored the book and also makes it our book. It should be a winner, shouldn't it? Yes. Yes. Are you ready to be a winner? I sure am. Now, he goes on to say that the longer he lives, the more successful people he meets, the more convinced he's become that these foundation stones are the most critical success weapons we have in our arsenal. In any crisis or emergency, those whom we deal with and whom our health, wealth, and happiness depends will act more readily and cooperate more completely if our credibility is beyond question. Ability is important. Dependability is critical. You need to depend on yourself. You need to take the next steps. Others don't realize that the real opportunity for success lies within the person, not in the job. That you can get, that you can best get to the top by getting to the bottom of things and then climbing those stairs. He has the stairs that they climb to success in this book. And are you going to take time to climb the stairs, each one step at a time? Or are you just going to try and take the elevator? Like in this instantaneous world, that's what everybody wants. They just want to take the elevator. No, this is a climb. This is a journey. This is work. So in this book, See You at the Top, you will learn what you really enjoy a price rather than pay a price. He says this because the price of success is much lower than the price of failure. Let me say that again. The price of success is much lower than the price of failure. Fortunately, you already have every characteristic necessary for success. You have some character, faith, integrity, honesty, love, and loyalty. You like some things about yourself and your friends, family. You have some goals, some right mental attitudes, and obviously you do some work and have some desire. Really, all you need to do is use what you have and give each characteristic a chance to grow. Because the more you use of what you have, the more you will have to use. Besides, it doesn't take much for a man or woman to be successful. It just takes all of the person that you do have, all of you. It just takes all of the person, and you do have all of you. Thought. You do have to take all the steps to get to the top, but you don't need to build a nest on them. There are two ways to climb an oak tree. You can climb it, or you can sit on an acorn. This book was written to help you climb it. And if you can find this book, oh, absolutely a fantastic read. I don't know, I'd read it at night because I mean, it's just so full of inspiration and motivation and, just describing that if you believe in yourself, you can succeed. You can. You can't help it, right? And he has this quote here. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "The biggest tragedy in America is not the great waste of natural resources, though this is tragic. The biggest tragedy is the waste of human resources." He pointed out that the average person goes to their grave, the music's still in them. You don't want to die with the music in you. You don't. So he wrote this in hope that you'll be able to discover and utilize that gold within you, that nugget of gold. Your natural resources, unlike the natural resources on planet Earth, will be wasted and used up only if they are never used at all. Don't waste your natural resources. Okay. Today is the best day because today is the first day of the rest of your life. And he says, happy birthday. You get to reborn, reboot, regroup. First quarter of the year is gone. Let's not procrastinate any longer, right? And you can stay calm in doing this. You can be excited doing this. Use that emotion as your fuel. Really brings out the desire. It really, really does. Because the future is now. And he does actually quote the Bible here, which is interesting. He says in the Holy Bible, the Apostle Paul said, "Forgetting those things which lie in the past, I press forward toward the mark." Paul wrote those words while on death row in a Roman prison. Paul also emphasized that he fought the battle of life to win. Zig's approach is similar. He recognizes that winning is not everything, but the effort to win is. Winning is not everything, but the effort, oh, that's everything. And Paul can write this in a Roman prison thinking, I just have to keep moving forward. I have to forget about what's happened in the past. I I think we can all give that one a go. What about you? Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard letting go, but your success and your happiness start with you. Number one, don't expect others to come. Nobody's coming to rescue you. Nobody. You have to use the ability you have. And the truth of the matter, Zig says, is you already have the ability necessary for success. The story of life repeatedly assures you that if you will use what you have, you will be given more to use. Life also tells you if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That never gets old. It's so true. So he talks about the beautiful people, the successful people, the ones that you're like, oh wow, how do they do it? Well, he says all of these people have one thing in common. These people believe that humans were designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness. When you adopt this belief, you will discover that there will be no need to blame anyone for any problem. In short, you will be on your way because you will have discovered that you can always find a capable helping hand at the end of your own sleeve. He says often he sees in his work people who don't succeed, but he seldom sees one who can't succeed. What I'm really suggesting, he says, is that you accept the fact that from this moment on, your situation and future is in capable hands, yours. And I really liked what he said about that. He's like, he sees people who don't succeed, but he rarely sees someone who can't succeed. Is there a reason you can't succeed? Yeah, I love that. Think about that. Write it down. In your hands, you hold the seed of failure or the potential for greatness without hesitation. Okay? It's in your hands. It's there. Write down the plan. Write down the plan. Write down the plan. Write down the goal. Start thinking about it because we're going to talk about this every week. And I want to do it weekly rather than all at once because it's overwhelming. It is. It's overwhelming when you think you have to do this. He says many times individuals will indicate with a nod of a head that they already know or have heard the information as I start to cover a point. I'm often tempted to stop and ask what they've done about it. Unless and until you do something with what you have learned, you might as well not have learned it. The person who won't read is no better off than the person who can't read. The person who knows but won't use success principles and information is no better off than the person who doesn't know them. You intend to do something, don't you? Say yes. Since you answered yes, let me say congratulations. You are now successful. I say that because success is not a destination, it's a journey. It's the direction in which you are traveling. Not only have you started, but you're headed in the right direction. I enthusiastically congratulate you because you're not like most people. Most people wait until everything is just right before they do anything. They refuse to go out on a limb because they don't understand that their fruit is always out on the limb. So, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do to have your success come to fruition? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to help yourself? That is all the questions you need to be asking. And I'm summarizing this book. I'm not reading it verbatim everywhere, but that's where I'm getting this inspiration, this motivation, these thoughts just churning in my head. So he goes on to say that you can get everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. This is true whether you're a salesperson, doctor, mom, dad, business person, student, minister, mechanic, or even an elected government official. This story will help you understand that it's not just what you have in your head that counts. Yes, What is inside of you, that's what's going to elevate you. It's going to elevate your perspective. It's going to elevate your mindset. It's going to help you reach your goals, reach your dreams. It's true, he says, you can get what you want instead of having to want what you have. Success is easy after you believe, but first you must believe. It's true, you can get what you want instead of having to want what you have. Now, I would go a little bit further on that to say, I'm grateful for everything I have. I believe gratitude's super powerful, but that doesn't mean you have to just stop there, settle there. You have some dreams and goals and ideas inside of you, and you've written them down by this point. But what's inside of you has to be full of belief, full of your own well-being, your own self-worth. And when he says see you at the top is going to be the next 6 weeks as we build the foundation. And that's what we're doing this morning, or whatever time you're listening to the show. That's what we're doing. Put your thinking cap on. Get ready to pick what is the most important thing that you really, really want. Like you can taste it, you can see it, you can smell it, you can see it. Like you can just, oh my gosh, this is where the difference is. Believe that you're going to achieve what you set yourself out to do. And next week, I hope you have a good foundation to get started on that goal because it's all about self-image. So hit that subscribe button and you don't want to miss this. You do not want to miss this. This is really going to help us all live a more inspired life.